So thank you for that amazing introduction to our evening, and it's wonderful to be here to celebrate the fantastic success of so many of our students over this last year. And it's wonderful to be able to welcome to this evening a former student, Ben Clare, who's going to talk to us about some of his exploits and his successes since he left St. Mary's some years ago. It's wonderful to be here. I hope you'll all enjoy this evening together. We start, as always, with prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God, our loving Father, we ask you to look with love upon our community of St. Mary's. We ask you to bless each one of us, to walk with us as we journey through life, guiding us, helping us to discover and to achieve our potential, so that we can become most fully the people you call us to be. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. And we pray together as Jesus taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Lady, help of Christians, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Father. I think there are two words really that capture tonight, or should capture tonight. The first is congratulations, and the second is thank you. Congratulations to all our winners, our prize winners tonight. Because in a school of our size, with more than 250 students in most year groups, to actually be nominated for a prize, to actually be identified in some cases as the single student in a year group to achieve a particular award is a fantastic achievement, because there are so many students in our college who actually work with us, work with our teachers, and give of their best continually, that those decisions are really difficult. And so tonight really is a cause of celebration. We look back on last year, we look back on the successes of last year, and we recognise how much these students have brought to our college, both within lessons themselves, but in many cases well beyond that. One of the great things about this evening is the breadth of achievements that we recognise in our college. So yes, we know how important academic achievement is for our students. We know how that opens the doors into the future in terms of the careers and aspirations that they have and need to realise. And that's got to be at the centre of what we do. In addition to that, though, we also recognise that we are developing the gifts and the talents of our students in so many other areas as well of the life of our college and the life of our community. And I think that's an important thing as well, that we have that sense of the whole child, the whole person. And the thank you really, I think, really needs to come from me, first of all, to you as staff, to you as parents, because none of these things happen on their own. When we talk about students joining our college and we talk to parents, we talk about partnership, about working together to make sure that our students realise their gifts and talents. So tonight I want to thank our parents on behalf of me as the head teacher, but also on behalf of our staff. I think our parents would want to thank our teachers and our other staff in our college, because in working together, it's how those talents are realised. And we'll see so many of those exhibited tonight, but we know there are so many beyond tonight which we can't see directly, but which we celebrate. But I also say to the students, you need to thank your parents and your teachers, because none of these things happen by accident. And it's the commitment that your parents have to your education, to making you into the young men and women that we all want you to be, that we recognise this evening. And I know you do that, I'm sure, very regularly, but it's a chance to thank maybe or to think of teachers who you've had last year, and I'm sure some of them this year, who've played a part in bringing you to this evening, to this fantastic evening of celebration. And I suppose I finish with one thing, which is a challenge. And that is a challenge to our students, that they're here next year as well. That you challenge yourself to be nominated again, to be in that position, that you are chosen once again to achieve the award. Maybe in a different area, that would be an even greater thing, wouldn't it, to win more awards, to win them in different areas. But I'd just like to really thank you for your support, parents, and congratulate you once again, students, for what you've brought to our college and will continue to bring to our college in the use of your gifts and talents. Tonight now I'm going to pass you over to our guest of honour, and I'm not going to say too much about Ben, because I think Ben is going to say a lot about himself, I hope. And so I'm going to pass you over to Ben.
Good evening, guys. How you doing? All right? Yeah? Oh my God, it's just terrifying. Those kids, the students who performed at the beginning, were absolutely amazing. It takes a huge lot of guts and bravery to be able to stand up in front of your peers, your loved ones, to be able to perform. I'm kind of feeling it a bit now, so bear with me a sec. So first of all, congratulations for everyone who's being here. I left the school 18 years ago now. I know I don't look that old, but I am. And I had the most amazing time. Unfortunately, we didn't have what you are lucky to be blessed with today. So congratulations, each and every one of you. Mr. Brown said I've got to dress up and look respectable. So I found my favourite suit and put my nice crisp blue shirt on, nice tie, looked in the mirror and I said, look like I'm wearing my school uniform. But so forgive me for that. I'm a bit of a nervous person, and as you can see, it's standing on stage and speaking in front of people is quite a terrifying thing. And I remember on my first day of school at St. Mary's, my dad said to me, he said, "Son, you just work hard in life and everything will be fine." Wise words, I thought. He then gave me the option to either get the bus to school or to cycle to school. And in return for cycling to school, I'd get the bus fare. I was like, brilliant, boom, that's perfect. So, found myself speeding down Liso Road, sun in my face, wind going through my hair, off to face my new chapter of life. My first day was amazing. We all met our form tutor, Miss Ryan, caught up with my old primary school friends. The day flew by. Before we know it, 3:30, bell had gone, everyone sprinted off to get the bus home, and the heavens opened. I then realised that I had to cycle home. 3 miles, uphill, with a million bags, in the rain, without a coat. All to earn some pocket money. But unfortunately, back then, the bus fare was only 19p a day. I was never the best at anything really in school, if I'm honest. I kept my head down, worked hard and got on pretty much with everybody. Whilst I was at St. Mary's, I'd finish school and then cycle again to my local dance school, which was Hilton Bromley. It was an exceptional school, providing great technique and unrivaled discipline. I spent 7 years juggling school life, homework, cricket team, dance classes, football team. We even, when we were at St. Mary's, I think it was in 1996, we even won the Wirral Schools Cup. And the best thing about that was we beat our rivals, Moslems, on the way. Come on. I'm not the brainiest of students, but I carried on working hard as I could. At the end of my time at St. Mary's, I left with 11 GCSEs and 4 A-levels. The day after I finished school, I went straight into working a season as a lifeguard on the Wirral, actually just right on the front, right by the theatre. And I worked with my dad. It wasn't quite glitz and glamour as Baywatch as we know it, but there are worse ways to spend your summer. My boss on the beach was pretty good for me. He'd let me change my days off each week, and depending on whatever auditions were happening in London, London's West End is like the heart and soul of the musical theatre scene, so each week on my day off, I'd get up at 4:30 AM, get trained to Euston. There are queue up with hundreds and hundreds of other petrified dreamers, just like myself. Sometimes you'd walk into an audition room, they'd look you up and down, and they'd say no straight away. If you were lucky, it would be a no thank you. So, I always say you've got two choices. You can either let rejection destroy you, or you can grow stronger. Let it help you, shape you to be a better person. My biggest fan in the world was my grandma, Pat, bless her. She'd always sing the old Frank Sinatra song, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. So, do you know what? That's exactly what I did. Next week, rise and shine, my day off, 4:30 a.m, red-eyed, determined, back I went, competing with the world's finest. I nailed the routine, got recalled for after lunch, nailed the second routine, or so I thought. And then cut again. Just like that. Dreams shattered, gone, straight home. Ever the optimist, I picked myself up, I took a deep breath, dusted myself off, and back to London again. I remember it was an audition for Pirates of Penzance, and I absolutely loved the audition. I felt good. I knew all the creators liked me as well. But alas, cut again. The choreographer spoke to me afterwards and gave me some really great feedback. Unfortunately, the fact of the matter was, the costumes didn't fit. The guy who I was trying to replace wasn't the same body shape as me. And that's the reason I got cut. What? I mean, what is that all about? Sometimes, unfortunately, it's as cutthroat as that. Gutted. However, he did kindly recommend me to an agent friend of his. We set up a meeting, and then before I knew it, I was in my very first private agent's call. So rather than there being hundreds, we were down to like 10 or 20 people. I spent a solid 8 hours dancing, singing, acting, dancing more and more and more, pouring my heart and soul into giving it everything I had. I finished the audition, and I was told I had to wait. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited. Nothing. I remember I was the first person in St. Mary's ever to have a mobile phone. I kept my prized possession deep inside my pocket. Desperately awaiting good news, the phone rang. In assembly. Stupidly hadn't put it on vibrate, eyes stared at me. You could hear the gazers saying, why has he got a mobile phone? Why would anyone need a mobile phone in school? Hoping to hear my agent's voice, I embarrassingly replied, hi Mum, yeah, love you too. I was actually drunk in the Lighthouse, the pub next door to St. Mary's, celebrating my friend's 21st birthday when the call I was waiting for came through. Not my mum this time, but my agent. I got the job. I was going to be making my West End debut in Disney's Beauty and the Beast as a fork, a cheese grater, and a magic carpet. I was bouncing off the walls. The bar staff thought I'd won the lottery, but it was better than the lottery. This was everything. 3 weeks later, my parents were in the audience, watching me make my professional debut as a dancing piece of cutlery. One of the proudest moments of my life. A year into the contract, we had a big company meeting. I was so excited. We all got together, hoping to hear some great news. Maybe we're going on TV, maybe we're doing the Royal Variety performance. And we were told the show was closing. I was distraught. My everything had turned to nothing. Or maybe not. I'd worked so hard, grown so much as a person, as a performer. Little did I know that this hadn't gone unnoticed. The casting team would like me to audition for Starlight Express. Before I knew it, I landed my next job as a roller skating train. I had a nickname in Starlight, it was called Bambi. Whenever I skated, it looked like Bambi on ice. The show had been running in London for 17 years, a job for life. A year after I joined, we closed. It's like, what, am I cursed? So, started all over again. People like my hard work, positivity, passion, and from there I kept working. I managed to jump from show to show. I did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I went from there to Chicago, and then from there to Guys and Dolls. We've been working with like amazing people like Ewan McGregor and Patrick Swayze, bless him. Then to Monty Python's Spamalot, and then over to something a little bit different with Sister Act. I climbed, from the day dot, I was always the ensemble member, and I never wanted to be centre stage. I didn't want to be the person being the lead. I was happy just doing my thing and just doing what I loved, and I loved it. I kind of went from an ensemble member to a swing where you understudy all the ensemble members on stage. Then went to a dance captain when you kind of nurture the company that you're in. Then went to an off-stage capacity to a resident choreographer, and now to where I am now, which is an associate choreographer. I love my job, I love my life, and I've been fortunate enough to work all over the world and experience so many amazing, diverse jobs. I've been dance tutor to Patrick Swayze, Emma Watson, Penelope Cruz, Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter. I've achieved a lifelong ambition setting up a musical on Broadway, where my mum and dad sat proudly beside me as we watched the leading actors take their bows. I was sobbing like a baby. I've even made a few cheeky appearances in the movies. Blink and you'll miss me, but I was there, I promise. Did have a big fat beard at one time. One major highlight actually in my life was helping create the opening ceremonies to the London 2012 Olympics. Did anyone see it? Yeah. It was probably England's greatest summer ever, and working with the volunteers on that was the most humbling time ever. They literally gave blood, sweat and tears in order to put on a show that would make the world proud. They didn't get paid for it, they gave up their lives, they gave up their work, and yet they still just wanted to make England proud, and boy did they. On that summer's night, we were all waiting outside the stadium, praying it didn't rain. Massive droplets started to fall. Like, no, not tonight of all nights. And then suddenly calm and it stopped. We got our call in our earpieces. 3, 2, 1, go. And I led my team, and we were out there. I don't remember the segment where they were ripping up the green in Pleasant Land, and there was Kenneth Branagh doing speeches, and then all of a sudden we're ripping up, and then we get freeze, and we all stopped, and they started that little tune. It just stopped for 1 minute, and we gave a minute's silence for those who had fallen. And then bang, go! And we all went, and we had to get rid of the entire field of play. And I remember we'd finished, and we're all facing outside. There's 80,000 people screaming and cheering at you. You've got 1,000 drummers drumming, knowing that there's billions watching all around the world. And then in our earpiece, we get, just look around and see what you've created. We turned round, and we saw the 5 Olympic rings come together, and fireworks shower all over us. It's the most magical thing ever. I started dancing when I was 3. How did I get here? Started when I was 3. Gave up when I was 3.5 because I couldn't stand on one leg and be a flamingo. 5 years later, I auditioned for a local theatre society, and there were a load of boys dancing there, and I just knew it's what I wanted to do. I loved it. And I said to my mum, I really, really, really want to do this. She's like, are you sure, Ben? Are you sure, man? I really want to do this. Really ironic. Right on this stage here, 30 years ago, I made my first ever appearance. Same stage that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I've picked myself up, brushed myself off, started over again many, many, many a times, but I've never taken for granted the wonderful things I've experienced. I believe you make your own luck, and I achieve this by working hard, not by being the best in any way, shape or form, but being the best person I could be. St Mary's is truly an incredible school with exceptional facilities and the best teachers, of course. When my dad went to his careers meeting years ago, he said he wanted to have a career as an actor. They laughed in his face. When I went, I was given the utmost support. Thank you for giving me the support to be here right now. I wouldn't be here without your help. Every individual here is really special in their own unique way. Personally, I wish you all the hugest congratulations. You're all amazing. Amazing for what you've achieved. Strive to be better, keep doing the best you can be, and that's all you can ask for. I'd like each and every one of you to give yourselves a huge round of applause, simply being the best person you can be. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Ben. Would you like to come up and take your place on stage now, so you can greet the students? My name is Mr. Brown. I'm going to be your MC for the evening tonight, and I'll be taking you through the running order and reading out the names of the students for winning their prizes for this year. It is great to be on stage with Ben tonight. He mentioned all those very famous people we share a stage with. he seemed to have forgot a couple of people. He's not listening, look. We had to listen, he's not even listening, is he? You seem to forget some very important people in your journey. Do you remember your inspirational head of year 7? You do? Who was that? That could have been me, everybody. That could have been me. And do you know when you won that football game, that football final? Guess who was the manager? Thank you. Yours truly, yours truly. I remember Ben being my goalie. He wasn't great, you know. He was okay, but we did all right. So we're here tonight to celebrate the achievements of last year. And you'll notice in the programme that the students that we're referring to as Year 8 were in Year 7 last year, etc., etc. And so you'll see that all within the programme. There are many prizes that we're going to give out tonight, many academic prizes for certain subjects. There are attendance awards and awards for achieving certain achievement points as well. So we'll get to those in a moment. When I was thinking about how we're going to run through tonight, I had a meeting with the governors before we came. And the governor said, "Do you know how you MC the evening?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What's going to come next?" I said, "Could you try and make it a little bit funny as you go?" And I said, "Are you sure?" I mean, I'm a teacher, you know, I'm not a stand-up comic, I'm a teacher. I said, "Oh no, honestly, see what you can do." So, okay, here goes. Have you ever read that book about helium? I read it once, you know, I just couldn't put it down. Couldn't put it down. Thank you, thank you. Does anybody know how a lion likes its meat? Raw. I've got loads, you know. I've got loads. I didn't want to do this, by the way, but the governor said I had to. What do you call a sea that's on a diet? Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean. There's an Indian Ocean, you see. Indian Ocean. Anyway, shall we move on very quickly and try to get on to the prize winners, if that's okay? So what I'll do, I'm going to read out the prize winners in groups, so if you can just save your applause until we've done a group of students and we can applaud them all together, otherwise it'll make the evening very, very long. So our first prize winner from last year's Year 7 is Mark Anders, and he receives an award for achieving 100% attendance through last year. Belinda Balin also receives an award for 100% attendance. Molly Banks receives the award for drama and also for 100% attendance. Zachary Bell receives the award for dance, and Olivia Benson receives the award for science. Georgina Benson receives the award for art. Caitlin Blair receives an award for attendance, but also receiving 650 achievement points throughout the year. Jodie Carr receives an award for 100% attendance. Emma Clark receives the award for music. And Michael Corkill receives the award for drama and also for 100% attendance. Alexander Fletcher receives an award for 100% attendance. Holly Grattan Brown receives the award for design and technology. Oliver Green receives an award for 100% attendance. Claudia Gvatza receives the award for German. Jack Hamilton receives the award for art. Ryan Hamilton receives the award for music and also for 100% attendance. And Rebecca Hampton Matthews receives the award for 100% attendance and for achieving 750 achievement points. James Hampton Matthews receives an award for achieving 660 achievement points. Daniel Holbrook receives the award for German. Fern Jones receives the award for English and also for 100% attendance. Phoebe Jones receives the award for Maths and also for 100% attendance. And Hannah Jones receives an award for achieving 650 achievement points. Carolina Kaka receives the award for RE and also for 100% attendance. Kerry Madden receives the award for History. April McGivern receives the award for French for 100% attendance and also for achieving 660 achievement points. Samuel McLaughlin receives an award for 100% attendance, and Robert Mirasol receives the award for Science. Alexander Morgan receives the award for 100% attendance. Nathan Morford receives the award for Geography. Dougie Nelson receives an award for 100% attendance and also for achieving 650 achievement points. Paul New receives the award for English. Alfie O'Connor receives the award for History. Madison Slater receives the award for Computer Science, and Lily Turner receives the award for 100% attendance. Jack Whitfield receives an award for 100% attendance. Joseph Williams receives the award for Maths, and Bradley Wood receives the award for Computer Science. All running very smoothly so far. So that's our Year 7 academic awards and attendance awards. Does anybody know what the mother buffalo said to her boy as he left for college? Bye, son. Thank you. That was almost a laugh. Thank you. So shall we move swiftly on while it's all going very well? And we're going to move now on to our Year 8 award winners, last year's Year 7. Our first prize winner is Aaron Arrowsmith, who receives the award for English. Samuel Beattie receives the award for French. Siobhan Bingham also receives the award for French. Alicia Bramall receives the award for RE. Stephanie Cullen receives an award for getting 650 achievement points. And Leo Daniels gets an award for also 650 achievement points. Nadine Dawson receives the award for drama. Caroline Doherty receives the award for computer science. Anna Easby Clark receives the award for dance. Markeisha Edwards receives the award for music. Patrick Riazza receives the award for design and technology. And Abby Hitchnow receives an award for achieving 680 achievement points. Byron Luo receives the award for science. Caitlin McKellen receives the award for achieving 675 achievement points. Hannah Molyneux receives the award for history. And Arnold Mupakasa receives the award for maths. Delara Oskolik receives the award for art. Jasmine Ralph receives the award for Design and Technology. Miles Richardson receives the award for Music. Isabel Roberts receives the award for Science. And Josh Sheehan receives an award for achieving 640 achievement points. Sophie Smith receives the award for Maths. Edward Torpialdo receives the award for German. Morgan Verdier receives the award for Computer Science. Matthew Walsh receives the award for Drama. And Elliot Williams receives the award for RE. Talking about great entertainment, did you hear about the Eskimos who were sitting in a kayak? They were sitting in the kayak and it was freezing in this kayak. So what they decided to do was to light a fire. So they lit the fire inside the kayak, and unfortunately the kayak sunk, unsurprisingly. And what does that go to prove? You can't have your kayak and heat it. I think now's a good time to come back to the centre again. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Great that your family come, isn't it? Thanks, Mum. So I'd like to move now on to our Year 9 award winners, Year 8 from last year. And our first prize winner is Emily Batty, who wins the award for music. Jonathan Carter receives the award for Maths and also for German. Katie Clark receives the award for Art, and Christy Connor receives the award for Science and for History. Hannah Davis receives the award for English. Scarlett Dilworth receives the award for French. Kelsey Edge receives the award for Computer Science. Krista Garcia receives the award for Maths. George Higgins receives the award for Drama. And Joel Howley receives the award for Geography. Kate Leckie receives the award for achieving 650 achievement points throughout the year. Leighton Molyneux receives the award for RE. Hannah Morford receives the award for achieving 680 achievement points. Luigi Musabaldo receives the award for History. And Oliver Newman receives the award for Art and also for receiving 650 achievement points. David Noyce receives the award for Music. Nathan O'Hara receives the award for achieving 700 achievement points. Niall Peckham receives the award for 670 achievement points. Daniel Pickford receives the award for Computer Science. Joel Sinclair receives the award for Science. Luke Skillen receives the award for English. Georgina Taylor receives the award for Drama. And Dominic Venner receives the award for French. And so we move on to the Year 10 prize winners, which was last year's Year 9. Caleb Abbott receives the award for Health and Social Care. Ethan Arrowsmith receives the award for English and also for Computer Science. Caitlin Bennett receives the award for Drama. If you could wait until I've read all the section out, please, thank you. Luke Blundell receives the award for music. Matthew Brooks receives the award for maths. Matthew Burns receives the award for French. And Leah Callahan receives the award for dance. Michael Cooper receives the award for German. Neve Cull receives the award for textiles. Brendan Doherty receives the award for geography and also for achieving 570 achievement points. Claire Elan receives the award for business studies and Joseph Evans receives the award for design and technology. Elizabeth Garrigan receives the award for health and social care. Jade Hagan receives the award for art. Caitlin Henry receives the award for geography and also the award for French. Ewan Hughes receives the award for science. Ellie Leather receives the award for hairdressing. Taylor Mays receives the award for history. And Alice McDavitt receives the award for science. Callum McDowell receives the award for history. Jake McHugh receives the award for art. Owen Rowlands receives the award for business studies. Hannah Sheehan receives the award for English and for computer science. And Joseph Simpson receives the award for achieving 590 achievement points. Jude Torpialdo receives the award for RE. Cade Van Geffen receives the award for drama. Jessica Wood receives the award for dance. And Neve Woodburn receives the award for beauty therapy. Okay, just before we move on to the next group of students, this next one's a bit clever, okay? So if you don't understand this, can I suggest you just laugh so you don't appear stupid? So a neutron walks into a bar and asks, "How much is it for a pint of beer?" And the barman says, "For you, no charge." See? I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd get it. So we're going to move on to our next award winners, our next group of award winners. I'd like to move on now onto what some of our sporting achievements for last year. And what we have done for this year is to have our own St Mary's Sports Personalities of the Year. We have just one boy and one girl for each year group. So for Year 7, our Sports Personality of the Year, for the boys was Joseph Williams, and for the girls it's Belinda Balaam. Sports Personalities for Year 8. For the boys, Dylan Cotgrave, and for the girls, Kate Beasley. For Year 9 students, our Sports Personalities of the Year. For the boys, Joseph Walton, and for the girls, Emily Hanley. Finally, for our Year 10, the winners for the Year Boys was Jamie Johns. I'd now like to to just recognise some of our Year 11 students from last year. And the prize winners for these awards were the top achievers in the various subjects. So for English language, our prize winner was Daniel Regan. For English literature, it's Ellen Fitzpatrick. And for RE, it's Rebecca Rowlands. The ICT prize winner is Adrian Prieto. The Geography prize winner was Jack Salin. And the French prize winner is Michael Jones. The German prize winner was Peter Dilworth. The prize winner for DT resistant materials was Natasha Atkins. And the winner for DT Food was Lucy Lefevre. The prize winner for music was Daniel Brown. The prize winner for drama was Katie Wellman. The prize winner for art, Maya Luo. The prize winner for PE, James Clark. The next category is probably one of the most difficult where we actually have to try and choose students. It's for the contribution for the life of our college. And so many of our students do so many positive things. It's a really, really difficult thing to try and actually get a prize winner for this category. But what we have, once again, is one boy and one girl in each year group. So for Year 7, the prize winners were Jake Elliott and Georgina Benson. Prize winners for Year 8 were Elliot Williams and Jasmine Ralph. Prize winners for Year 9, Samir Edward Sutton and Jessica Ellis. And our prize winner for Year 10 is Megan Grocott. We also like to recognise our students for attendance for this year. You've already seen some of our Year 7 students getting 100% attendance throughout the year. As we know, attendance is really important if you're going to be successful. So many of our students have done excellently in this area. We'd like to recognise, first of all tonight, those students who have achieved 3 years full attendance. We know sometimes attendance can be a little bit of luck, but it's really those days when you kind of wake up and you really can't be bothered and you drag yourself out and you make yourself come into school. I want to recognise those students tonight. So for 3 years full attendance, I'd like to recognise Max Booth, Samir Edward Sutton and George Higgins. And also for 3 years attendance, Joel Howley, Georgina Taylor and Zachary Williams. Once you've done 3 years, it's about keeping it going. So some students who have 4 years full attendance we'd like to recognise tonight. The first 2 winners of that are Neve Cull and Callum McDowell. We also have 2 other students with full attendance, that is Luke McAneny and Hannah Sheehan. some students have even managed for the whole 5 years to get full attendance, again, which is a great achievement. We'd like to recognise those tonight. So for those students with 5 years full attendance, they are Daniel Brown, Luke Coogan and Nathan Donoghue. And also Gareth Mayer and Elliot Pickford. And also for 5 years we have Melissa Rainford, Joshua Smith and Martin Donnelly. And having done 5 years, some students even managed to make it for 6 years. And we have one student we'd like to recognise in Year 12 for their 6 years full attendance, and that is Michelle Edwards Sutton. We'd now like to recognise in the next category those students who achieved really well in the AS results last year. Obviously we all understand how important it is actually to do well in exams at every stage. These students really have done exceptionally well in their AS results, AS exams last year. So first of all we'd like to recognise in Year 12 Greg Clayton, who achieved 3 A's and 2 B's in the ASs, and Ellie English, who achieved 4 A's and a B. We'd also like to recognise Russell Notes, who achieved 3 A's and a B, and Tom Stewart Lang, who got 2 A's and 2 B's. Finally, in this section, we'd like to recognise Merrin Riley, who achieved 2 A's and 2 B's, and Oliver Prowse, who achieved 4 A grades.
And so we come to the later part of our evening, and what we do at this point is we recognise some awards that are significant with regards to the history of our college in particular, and significant events that have happened and significant individuals. And so first of all, I would like to recognise the Helen Roth Memorial Award. Helen was a St Mary's student and a member of the wider community beyond St Mary's. She died a number of years ago in 2010, but her family in particular wanted to recognise her and her qualities. And the qualities that we recognise in this award are students who demonstrate a spirit of determination and also compassion and caring for other people, which characterised Helen. And so the winner of this year's award is Hannah Sheen. And the next award is the Richard O'Neill Award. Richard was a student at St Mary's, and not long after leaving, he tragically died in an accident. He was a student who was very fondly remembered, and his memory lived on at St Mary's. And we continue to recognise that as we go forwards. And the student who's been nominated this year, who makes a very special contribution, we already recognise that tonight, a student who's had 6 years full attendance, for example, which characterises her determination and her determination to be part of the life of our college every day. And the winner of this year's award is Michelle Edwards Sutton. awards don't necessarily follow in the order they're displayed in the programme. So the next awards are the Governor's Awards. As a member of the governing body myself, I'm very conscious in reporting to governors how proud they are to hear about the achievements of our students and how they want to recognise and for us to identify on their behalf particular students. And one of the things that we talk about with governors is about the contributions, the exceptional commitments that many of our students make to the life of our college. And also in doing that, how they excel in their own areas. Again, it's a difficult choice, because in any year group there are lots of possible nominations, lots of possible students who could win the award. The award for last year's Year 7 will given to the following students: Alfie O'Connor and Rebecca Hampton-Matthews for last year's Year 7. For Year 8, Samuel Beattie and Sophie Smith. For Year 9, Scarlett Dilworth. For Year 10, Ewan Hughes. In addition to that, there are something which is described as the Headteacher's Award. And actually, this is an award I make on behalf of the whole staff of the college. We ask the staff to nominate from Year 11 of that year the students who they feel are worthy of an award on behalf of myself as the head teacher. So I present this on behalf of all the staff. And so it is a prestigious award, an award that, as I say, that lots of staff have a very difficult choice to make. And the winners of the Year 11 Head Teachers Award last year were Daniel Regan and Natasha Atkins. And our final award this year is the first time that this award has been given. And this is the Joshua Upton Memorial Award. As many of you will know and will remember Josh very closely, his parents and his sister are here with us this evening, Anthony and Paula, and Caitlin, his sister. They are incredibly proud of him, as we are. He made, in his time with us, a fantastic contribution to the life of our college. He will be long remembered for the contributions both within lessons and beyond lessons, but far more as the person he was, as the young man whose parents were so proud of, for the contributions he made beyond our community to the Scouting movement as a young leader, an exceptional young man, a real role model for other people to follow in the future, and he won't be forgotten. And so when we looked at this award, we looked for someone with the same attributes, with that same commitment to our college, to the kind of way in which they treated people and continue to treat people in the way that Joshua did. And also the role that they played in the wider community. And so the first inaugural winner of that award is a well-deserved award, is David Noyce.
On behalf of the student body, I would like to thank you all for attending this evening. In particular, I would like to thank the staff, governors and parents for coming to support us all tonight. I would also like to say a special thank you to Ben for his inspiring words to us and for motivating us to dream great things. Please accept this gift as a token of our appreciation.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our presentation evening 2016. Can I thank you all, as always, for your support. We're very proud of our students, both our prize winners tonight and also our performers. Let's give them all just a final round of applause. I've also asked just for the final time, Ben, could I just ask you to stand up? Past pupil who's really come good. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Clare. Thank you once again for coming. Thank you very much for your support and good night.